What is going on, guys? I'm back again with another video from The View. And for those that don't know, The View is like this feminist talk show where a bunch of women get together and they talk about non-issues. But sometimes they go over the deep end, and in this next clip, they totally go over the deep end. So basically, they're talking about why they think women are better than men. And it's honestly just so cringeworthy. There's actually some guys that stand up in the audience and they agree with them. So apparently these are men that have been castrated, but in all seriousness, guys, I couldn't help but notice the hypocrisy of this next video, right? A lot of these women on this panel have ousted themselves as feminists in the past, and I thought that feminists claim that it's all about equality of both genders. So why are you saying that one gender is better than another, right? I just couldn't help but notice that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about it. I'll see you in the next video.
All right, I want to talk about Ryan Gosling for a second.
Oh my gosh, now you're
talking.
Ryan
Gosling, who is so handsome and sexy, I think, he has said that women are the greatest sex. He said, I think women are better than men, stronger, more evolved. Now, there's a man in the audience over there. Can you stand up, sir? Because I must ask him, in that lovely shirt, that Tommy Bahama shirt.
Tommy Bahama.
Because maybe he can weigh in on this. Do you agree with Ryan?
Maybe.
Oh!
You don't think so? For sure, you don't think so?
That might be his wife next to him.
That's all right. Is it your wife?
Yes.
He says that women are better than men, stronger and more evolved. I don't know about stronger mentally, he means, not physically.
Can endure more.
Yeah.
I mean,
This woman just, had a turkey come
I
out of
pushed
her
a baby.
crotch. So.
Have you done that? No.
No, not yet.
I win.
Pretty cool. So, no. Also, women are more talkative than men. Thank you. Sit down. Are there any men who disagree or who agree who would like to speak to this? No. There's three guys right there. The beard. Go to the beard. The beard. He's wearing a rather Laura Ashley shirt, it looks like.
Absolutely.
I have a bedspread like that.
Come on, women are the mothers of the world. They have the power. They own everything. They are the best. Can't do anything better than your mother.
Yeah.
My husband says the same thing, and I actually think I know it's not a competition, but we are more evolved. But he says the planning in advance with women, the difference is like for men, they don't think down the road the next step. Like I'm always watching what we're going to run out of, if we're going to be in a certain part of town, trying to knock things off to-do lists. I'm always more efficient, more planned.
Thinking ahead.
Always one step ahead. Max is like really present in the moment, but we always run out of toothpaste on his watch. Like nothing, I mean.
But maybe that's why there's both in the world, because what one has, the other one doesn't, and what the other one doesn't have. It's a balance, and you need that, because I'm not a big planner. I'm more in the moment, but if I wasn't with someone who wasn't planning, then I would run out of toothpaste. But if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't be going on trips randomly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's get out and do something. You need that balance either way.
Well, I don't do a lot of like domestic things, but Max was teasing that once he's like, I really need a wife. And I was like, dude, I need a wife too.
Right.
You are not,
I do too.
That was one of the mantras of the feminist revolution in the 70s. Every woman needs a wife.
I need a wife.
Yeah. Because it's a role. You notice that they don't say...
I was asking.
Do you notice that in wedding ceremonies, they don't say, I now pronounce you man and wife, because most people don't... Because man is a gender and wife is a role. They're not equal.
Husband and wife?
Husband and wife's okay because it's equal. Man and woman is equal.
Yeah.
How about I now pronounce you awesome? How about that? But I don't think it's necessarily a superiority. I think that, we all have our strengths and we have our weaknesses. And I think just listen, Ryan Gosling is married and he has 2 little girls, okay? So he's seeing the world through that set of lenses. When you have a boy and a girl, I think that the differences are so innate. I didn't realize how different we are until we had a daughter and then we had a son. And I looked at my husband, I remember having this conversation, I said, I understand it all now. I get you. Because there are so many differences.
Boys are different.
They're just so different. They're just simpler creatures.
Yeah.
They honestly
Simpler
are.
is a nice way to
I don't know if that's...
Simpler creatures.
Why do you think boys are simpler?
complicated.
I don't think they're simpler.
They're super complicated.
Well, I don't get them, but they are a little more linear.
No, they have like 3 wishes. Sex, make me a sandwich, and don't talk so much.
Those are their wishes.
Oh my gosh, Tommy Bahama just stood up clapping.
No, I don't think that's fair to say. I think
No,
actually men are more complicated.
I don't think so.
I think they are, because they like to keep their feelings inside.
That's not complication, though.
I'm not finished. They like to keep their emotions inside, and women like to put words to it and say, I need help. So when you have someone who's more closed in, it's harder to really understand what they're going through, which makes them more complicated.
Well, they're
'cause you're
more
like,
repressed, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
They're
if it's
repressed,
complicated,
yeah.
gives it like depth and meaning. This is just like they don't have the skills to do it,
Simple.
so they stuff it down.
They don't
can't
want
bash
to
the
do
guy
it.
like that.
I always
Oh,
say-
I'm not bashing. My husband hears it all the time. Maybe it's bashing. I just heard myself.
Steve goes out with his friends. He'll go out with his friends for dinner. I said, what'd you talk about? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? What was the I probe? What was the conversation? Who the Mets were running against.
Some of the teams.
Did Cleveland beat Golden State? All this stuff. That's all they talk about. I said, did you find out if any of them are cheating on their wives? I don't ask questions like that. He goes, what?
He wouldn't be.
I would never ask that
dinner.
question.
why do you want to know that? That to me,
Because
that's prying.
If I was going out with my girlfriends, I would say, are you being faithful to your husband? We would talk about stuff like that.
Gosh.
I don't ever
Joy.
talk about that with my friends.
They could say no, but you ask the question.
And you're going to keep prodding.
I can't wait for Joy to invite me out once.
I cannot wait.
I will probe. I'm very natural. I'm not just a snitch. I'm nosy.
It's pulling teeth, though. My 6-year-old, I have a girl and 2 boys, but my 6-year-old, it's honestly pulling teeth to get anything out of him. You can't ask open-ended questions like, how was your day? Fine. His homework assignment was they had to draw a picture. They went on a field trip. They had to draw a picture and then write a synopsis, like 3 sentences of what they remember. And he's like, I don't even have a half memory. I don't remember what happened.
Your son
My
said
son,
that.
I'm like,
I don't even have a half.
I said, what's your one memory? What's your takeaway? He's like, nothing. I don't even have a half.
You know, the
memory.
thing about little boys, though, is that they love their mothers so much. And my grandson is going through, like, an Oedipal phase where, you know, Oedipus is a play that was written back in the ancient Greece.
I love that play.
And it's a story about a man who basically kills his father by mistake and marries his mother by mistake, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So Freud came up with this idea of the Oedipal complex, which he says that children of a certain age unconsciously want to sleep with their mothers and murder their fathers.
There's a movie.
Okay, it's unconscious, but if you watch a little boy, I watched my grandson, okay? I'm not saying he wants to sleep with his mother yet, although he's in her bed a lot. He's 5. But he said to my daughter the other day, first of all, I said, where do you want to live? He said, with mommy. At the house. I said, well, what about daddy? Where's he going to live? And he said, he can live in the woods. So I said, well, what's he going to eat? He said, he can eat poisonous berries. Okay, then he said to her, I want a cat. She said, you can't have a cat. Why can't I have a cat? Because we have 2 dogs. I want a cat. I love a cat. Daddy is allergic to cats. You know what he said to her? After the divorce, can we get a cat?
What?
Okay, I'm just.
This sounds like he's marking his territory. It's just like marking
This is a
territory.
boy
Like
and
to
his
have
mommy.
their thing, yeah.
What was I telling you
God I had a
about?
son.
What
He will
was I
love
telling
you.
you about the boys and how they were kind of like Landon, my 2-year-old, said, "See your boobies." He wanted to see my boobies.
Of course, why not?
Like it is kind of.
Let's ask Brian about this.
Yes,
I think
Brian.
This is a great segue.
Brian, do you want
what's
to see
your mother
Paula's
like?
boobies?
We'll start with the easy question rather than the Oedipal complex. Like, what do you think that women are a superior sex?
Well, first off, Ryan Gosling and I are like the same guy. So, yes, I do.
If they smoke, I'm turned off. If they drink, I'm out of there. If they're stupid, I'm bored. If they're mean, I'm bored. If they're trying to use me, I'm out of there. So I guess I'm very picky. If they don't work out, I'm not interested. If the mind is lazy and the body's lazy, who cares?